What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Living the Florida East Coast. My name is Andrew Pensch and I'll be your host. And in today's video, what we're going to be doing is exploring Palm Bay's outdoor activities. Everything from parks, beaches, anything outdoors related, we're going to cover, and we're going to do that right now. All right, guys, so it is no secret that Palm Bay is absolutely littered with lots of preserves, things to do, parks, recreational activities, and all of the like. But another thing that it is very close to a lot of beaches. Now, I say close to a lot of beaches because there is actually no beach that is within the city limits of Palm Bay. So Palm Bay has the city limits drawn around the Intracoastal, so it does hug the Intracoastal there, which is the Indian River Lagoon, but it does not carry on over to the beach. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, though, is the beaches, since that is the most, popular topic about when making that move to Florida. And you are very close to a lot of great areas. And let's go ahead and dive into that one right now. So this section is really for those who are interested in lounging out in the sand, swimming in the ocean, enjoying water sports, or even doing some parasailing. So you are close to that. The first one I wanted to talk about is Melbourne Beach. So Melbourne Beach is known for it's a wide, clean beach, not too crowded. I guess a lot of people do tend to go there, so it is a little bit more crowded than the, what you would find in Sebastian, Vero Beach, because you are closer to these bigger areas. So Melbourne is going to be a bigger area. And also with Palm Bay not having its own bridge to its own beach, you not only have Palm Bay going to the beach, you also have Melbourne going to the beach and crossing over that bridge. But it's not as busy as the neighbors up to the north. So when I say the neighbors up to the north, I'm referring to Cocoa Beach. I'm referring to anywhere near New Smyrna. And the reason that it's not going to be as busy as those neighbors up to the north is because Cocoa Beach really is the closest beach to Orlando. So take that entire population of Orlando, and then they are going to be traveling over to go to Cocoa Beach. So being a little bit further south, being in Melbourne, you're not going to be as crowded there. So you don't have to worry about, finding a spot, having your space, having your peace and quiet. All you have to do is get to the ramps and then make that walk a little bit further enough than you would if you were down in Vero Beach or Sebastian. So you have to, maybe walk a little bit further on those busier days to find that quieter spots, but it's not going to be shoulder to shoulder like you see during the summer for a lot of the Cocoa Beach area and up in New Smyrna. Now, another beach that you're going to be close driving distance to is going to be the Sebastian Inlet State Park. So that is going to be the other bridge further south, and you're going to be going over the Wabasso Bridge to get to that Sebastian Inlet State Park. But it is well worth the drive, especially if you're in that southern part, a southwestern part, or just southeast part of Palm Bay, because you're going to be a little bit closer than your neighbors to the north there. But it is definitely worth the drive regardless of where in Palm Bay you reside, because it is a great surfing spot, excellent fishing. You'll get some nice big redfish going in and out of the Sebastian Inlet Park. You also have that protected area too, where there's nice blue water coming in from the bay, but it is roped off to keep a lot of the sea creatures out, sharks out, whatever that may be. Also the boat, so you can have the little ones running around enjoying their time within the water without having to worry about some crazy boater coming through and really cutting off all the fun. So Sebastian Inlet State Park, another great little option there if you were residing in Palm Bay. All right, so now I wanted to talk about the fishing in Palm Bay. So we're not going to actually go over to the ocean side, talk about Sebastian or any of that. What I wanted to refer to is the estuary style Indian River Lagoon that Palm Bay has to offer. So lots and lots and lots of great inshore fishing with a lot of local boat ramps and things to do. So anything such as snook, it's a little further north than you'll find mostly snook there, but they still do reside there. I think they're even as far as Melbourne, sometimes even Titusville. So I don't want you to think that they're not there, but they are. The population is getting a little bit smaller the further north you go. So with Palm Bay, it's going to be more so red fishing, flounder fishing, trout, those types of fish that you will find lots and lots of trout there, sea trout, that is going to be there, while also snook fishing and catching a few there as well, especially during the warmer summer months. So great inshore fishing, lots of quiet and, natural mangrove cuts, completely unharmed and untapped by a lot of people. So I don't want you to think that it's overly commercial, because it's not. You will feel like you're jumping in to an old Florida magazine when fishing in that Palm Bay area. So guys, fishing really is a great one. Let's go ahead and move move on to the next one. Hey guys, really quick, I know it's the middle of the video, but I promise that I'll make this quick. But if you have any interest at all in making that move down here to the Florida East Coast, make sure to reach out to us. Our team is going to be expanding all the way up and down the Florida East Coast, and our information is going to be right here on the screen. So any questions, concerns, whatever it may be, make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, because we promise that we will have your back when making that move down here. So let's go ahead and jump right back into the video. All right, so in this next section, I wanted to talk about the parks and preserves. So the parks and preserves in Palm Bay are really unmatched by a lot of other parts of Florida, where they're overdeveloped. They're just completely not caring about the old Florida look, while Palm Bay likes to preserve as much of that as possible while still bringing in and making enough room to bring in the single family homes, scattered lots, and residential areas and improve on that. So Palm Bay is home to several parks, including the Turkey Creek Sanctuary, Archie Carr National Wildlife Reserve, and other things of the like. So if anything you wanted to do, like go for a hike, go bird watching, or just simply enjoy the beautiful scenery, Palm Bay will have something for you to do there. So these hikes offer a variety of different activities, such as, hiking, biking, kayaking, canoeing. Everything like that is going to be offered within these parks and preserves in Palm Bay. So let's kind of shift our focus from the hiking and biking, because that can be pretty self-explanatory, and then going into kayaking and canoeing. So I know a lot of people are moving down here for the water sports that Florida has to offer. So let's talk about the different areas that you can do with that, starting with the Indian River Lagoon, the obvious choice that you can see from the map. So Indian River Lagoon, if you want to get to the more coastal shore areas and then just be on a stand-up kayak to where you can paddle through, sneak up on the fish, throw a cast, and maybe even do some sight fishing, then this is really going to be a great little spot for you as well. Because a lot of the fishing known for in Titusville, where a lot of the sight fishing is popular, you'll actually get a little bit clearer waters coming down further south and be able to kind of navigate the waters a little bit better, while not being so overcrowded, because you're not having everyone coming from Orlando, like I was mentioning before, to fish those waters. So that's the Indian River Lagoon. Now, another popular canoe and kayak spot is going to be Turkey Creek. So Turkey Creek is going to be an extension of that Indian River Lagoon, where it kind of barrels off and then turns into that more brackish water. So very, very cool little spot, because it's protected from the wind. You can go regardless, even if the wind is cranking at 12, 15 miles an hour, where you wouldn't dare go out on a canoe or kayak in the intracoastal. You can then take that adventure down to Turkey Creek and enjoy the rest of your time. So my wife and I love doing this. We have kayaks. We'll get out there every now and then and just try to paddle around and have a good time. You will see some gators there, so be cautious of that, but it is something very cool. So when you're paddling through and you can see a gator, just even a big one, just kind of sunbathing on the bank, it is a neat sight. You have to take a picture of that when you're doing that, and you're not really in any danger. I mean, when's the last time you've heard a gator overturning a kayak just to get someone out of there? It doesn't happen very much. And another one that I wanted to mention too is going to be the St. Sebastian River, which is going to be closer driving distance, not necessarily in Palm Bay, but it's going to be the same thing as Turkey Creek, where it's just another little snaky river that kind of goes off of the intracoastal and then just carries on over throughout the rest of Sebastian. So you're within close driving distance of that, but it's the same type of thing where they have a canoe launch, kayak launch, and you could go out and enjoy your time. So guys, that really wraps it up there. There's plenty of canoe and kayak rentals there, but that kind of wraps up what the outdoor activities that you have to do in Palm Bay for. You are still close to a lot of hunting preserves. You can go quail hunting, bird hunting, those types of things. I didn't want to touch on that too much because I don't know how many people would be interested in that kind of thing. But just know that being in Florida, you have a lot of those options to choose from that you are close to being in that central Palm Bay area. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions or concerns or anything at all that you want to know about moving to the East Coast of Florida, make sure to reach out to our team. Our contact information is going to be right here on the screen, as well as the description below. So make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, because we promise we will have your back when making that move down here to the Florida East Coast. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.